Hello. Hi, everyone. How's it going? Hope everyone's doing well. Can everyone hear me okay? And if you can hear me okay, we'll get started. Someone just give me the thumbs up. I think Adam said he can hear me, but if you guys can hear me, let me know. Okay. And you can see our angel light is already on. It came on when I was talking to my husband. I said, that is the weirdest thing. And he officially said there is no explanation for it. So I had him look into it. So, all right. Yeah. Okay. You can hear me. I have two quick things and we'll get started. One is that if you saw my interview with John is having a live on his channel on Wednesday. I know a lot of people were really intrigued by him and his story, and his channel is John of New. And go to Spirit Cafe if you can't find it, and you'll be able to find it. And it's on Wednesday, the 29th at 9 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to sign up for the classes that I do with Debbie, we're doing the second section, and it's going to be all mediumship. Do it. It'll be a lot of fun. I don't know how many spaces are left, but I'm letting you know because I don't want to get emails later saying you didn't tell us. I'm telling you, go sign up. We'd love to have you. Okay. Anyway, now down to business. Okay. Where should we start, everybody? Hi, everyone. Okay. Do you think the monoclonal antibodies will become the standard treatment for COVID? I was able to get them on the 10th day of having COVID. Will your next video talk more about COVID? Okay, I will. I can talk more about COVID. It's weird because you might hear Lucy chewing in the background. I can't do anything about that. Sorry. It's interesting because when COVID first started, I remember we were in England actually, and I did a reading from there. And they showed a treatment coming for it that would be kind of like, it almost seemed kind of like how AIDS has been, how it's kind of like the treatments have gotten so good that you have HIV, but then it kind of, dissipates or it just stays HIV, kind of like that, where it kind of like stops it and halts it and makes it back up. That's what it felt like at that time. And I'm wondering if this is something like that, because I'm getting that feeling again. I'm feeling like that was what I was kind of cluing into, and not that this will be the only thing. I think there'll be other things as well. But as far as okay, so I'm getting a mixed kind of a mixed thing of like, to me, it feels like it will be this type of drug will be the standard in treating COVID. Not this particular one. I feel like it will be improved upon. And I also feel like, just like how we had the vaccine, and then there's several vaccines just like that, how there'll be this, and then there'll be things that are kind of like this, tweaked a little bit here and there to make them better. So yes and no. I think that's right. I think they're at the starting gate with this, and I think that they've got it though. This is the type of thing that's going to be like the medicine for it, or the stopping it kind of in its tracks. And it's weird because it doesn't feel like it makes it go away. It feels like it stops and backs it up as slow. But it does something in the body that does that. So that's okay. That's great. So, okay. Tomorrow, the cyber ninjas are supposed to reel their findings out of, I'm waiting with bated breath, aren't you? Oh my gosh, what are they going to find about Arizona fraud? What will we find out tomorrow? Okay. All right. I didn't mean to mock them. They've already mocked themselves enough. I can't add to their mocking. Okay, so 1 second. Okay, so I'm getting that they're going to they're going to have found nothing, but they're going to make it sound like, it almost sounds like we were stopped, or we almost found something, something like that. It's like they're making it sound like they were stopped somehow from really getting in there and figuring it out. It just feels like there's nothing, they didn't find anything. But I feel like how they present it is going to be leave questions, leave a little bit of mystery in there. So that's what I'm getting. So aggravating. This whole, they're so irritating. So anyway, okay. Will the $3.5 trillion package pass? That's a weird thing. I just heard yes with interest. So I feel it almost feels like the more they hold this up, the madder they get, and they keep adding to it or something. I feel like there's a price to pay for what they're putting them through right now. And I, my human side is like, how are they ever going to do this? What's holding this up? They're never going to. But when I tune into it, it's like, oh no, it's fine. They're going to pass it. That's going to be okay. So that's what I'm giving you guys. So I hope that it makes me feel better. I hope it makes you guys feel better. And I'm like, how can that be true? But that's what I'm getting. So I've got to just, I'm the messenger, right? When I sit in this seat, that's what I do. I'm the messenger. So there you go. Christopher Guest should do a mockumentary of the Cyber Ninjas. That would be perfect, Scarlett. I love that idea. I can see it now. I can actually write it in my head. Thank you for that. Okay, next. Okay, Steve Bannon just got subpoena. Will he face any jail time for this or anything else he's done? I love it. I just did so perfectly timed. I just did an interview with Tony from Shining Hawk Healing, and we read on the January 6th Commission together. And one thing that we both saw was subpoenas flying. So, and the fear of the people that got the subpoenas. And we also saw that there would be money attached to these subpoenas, that they would be fining people if they didn't show up. So I feel like that's going to be their recourse. So just FYI, that's what we got for that. So let's check into Steve Bannon. Someone just said he's broke. He doesn't have any money. He's broke. This is going to hurt him. Somehow this is going to hurt him financially, or he's been hurt financially. There's something about him being broke, and this is going to like break him further. There's also something about, what is this? I feel like he might try to. It's so interesting because I feel like he is like, I'm going to go testify and I'm just going to, make fools of them. And I feel like he's getting advice saying, don't go in with that attitude. It's not a good idea. So I feel like it's almost like his ego will do him in. That's what it feels like. I guess that's the message I'm getting. But I do feel like he's getting advice saying, don't do this, don't go there, don't go in with that attitude. You need to go in and be humble and answer their questions. But I just feel like he's gonna his own ego and personality and anger about this is gonna hurt him. It'll hurt him. Is he going to jail or paying a price? I feel like the price will be financial, actually. They're saying they're saying he's an addict, and this is for entertainment purposes only. But they're saying he has an addiction as well that may be on display at the questioning. So look for that. That's interesting information. So I think this is just really going to hurt him in a lot of different ways. So I don't know if he'll actually do prison time, but it seems like it will definitely, there'll be some karma attached to this and what he's done. I guess that's the best way to put it. For entertainment purposes only. I would get in trouble for that. Okay. Do you have any intuition about what happened to the family who died in Sierra National Forest and were found in early September? There has been some talk of toxic algae. I don't, I'll just see what I get. I don't usually do stuff like this, like missing persons or like, things like that, but I'll just kind of see what comes. Let me see. Okay, something about intake. I'm going to leave this here because I feel like there's something about this that is a little bit, yeah, I'm going to leave this here, but there's something about some kind of intake, but it feels a little bit planned or something. So I'm going to leave that there, but yeah, I don't, it's okay. I mean, you can ask me whatever you want, but some things I just am like, I don't think I should go there. A lot of times with missing persons, I don't usually do. I have a hard time. It's usually when missing persons happen, they're usually women or children. And I have a really hard time separating my own feelings or, emotions from that stuff. And so it's just not usually something I read on. I found it hard to read like on the border and stuff. So I did it only a couple of times, but, yeah, the Gabby one that's, Gabby Petito, is that her name? Petito? That case, she's exactly Cassie's age. There's no way I could read on something like that. So I send them all kinds of blessings and support and love for their family. But it's just, I can't do it. I'm so sorry. But it's okay. I mean, you can ask me whatever you want, and I'll just say that. I'll say, I can't read on it right now, but yeah. Anyway, okay. Beto O'Rourke, will he run and or win the governorship of Texas? Okay. Okay. Thank you, Lucienne, for your help. I think I saw you in there. Thank you so much. She's so sweet. Always helps. Such a sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Beto O'Rourke. So I feel like he could. I'm sorry, it's taking so long, but I was trying to figure out. I feel like if he goes in to this race for governor, I feel like he would have the votes to win. However, things are corrupt there right now. Not in every way, but in some of the changes that have been made, and I think they could steal it, basically. And I feel like it's interesting because I remember reading on this before and feeling like there'd be kind of a move to the Senate at some point, like he'd do governorship and then move to the Senate. But maybe it's that he decides not to run for governor and goes to the Senate. But I do eventually see him in the, like, to me, it feels like the Senate. It doesn't feel like the House. It feels like the Senate. But I feel like he's being advised right now. Like, this is a real, like, you'd have to get so much more than you would actually need to win because of the rigged way that the system is right now. So I feel like it's almost like he is still kind of like weighing the options and weighing what's happening. And I feel like it's the energy of this changes day to day. I really feel like it really is that kind of push and pull on him, but also the people around him. And it would be a really, to me, it feels like a really nasty, ugly fight. And I'm just, what I'm doing when I'm doing this is I'm asking for, if this happens, if he runs, what is the probability? Where does this go? Right. And they're showing a really ugly, nasty fight. But he could actually not, to me, it feels like no problem getting what he needs to win, but the system is rigged right now. It's really going to be very difficult to grab that seat. It's not impossible, but it's going to be very, very difficult. Okay. I mean, I would love to see him in that governor's chair, wouldn't you? It would be awesome. It would be a big ha-ha. Crime is bad right now. Yes, it's bad right now. What's behind this, and will things improve? By the way, Annie ripped Biden today about crime rates, which occurred in 2020. Right. McEnany, she put out this, bogus crime thing that was from 2020 about how the crime rate was out of control and didn't realize that it was Trump was in the presidency at the time, so she had to take it down. That's hilarious. Yeah, Kayleigh McEnany. Okay, so so it's a few things. So it's not only interesting. Okay, they're showing me bootleggers, which is interesting, but I think I know what they're trying to say. So the gap between the rich and the poor has gotten so big, and I feel like COVID tipped it over the edge, basically. But I feel like the bootlegger thing, it's like around that, there was a lot, they're showing me like other times in the history when there was a lot of crime, and it was the same kind of thing. There was such a gap between the rich and the poor. A lot of desperate people for different things, some for different reasons. I'm not going to go into all, I don't want to get caught up in everything, but basically a lot of desperation and economics, basically, is what they're showing. And anger, people being angry about stuff. But it's very much they're tying it to the economy. They're tying it to people's frustration, and also, okay, now they're pulling me to like, also, okay, Okay, so they're pulling me all around. They're talking about, there's some things with education, but there's also, they're showing me like some of the like programs in place or things in place, like safety net kind of things. The bottom fell out. So there's a lot of things going on, but a lot of them have to do with, it seems like they're tied in some way to economics and education. So, and it's just, COVID was the last straw, or it just tipped it over the edge. So whether it was with, frustration or desperation or just finances, people losing businesses and jobs and, just the stress of it, all of it. Thank you, Susan. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. Thank you, Susan, for the super sticker. Okay. How does the Queen, yes, Adam Sovereign, feel about Harry and Meghan and their shenanigans? Well, I know that the English press are not very nice at all to Meghan, and I feel a little sorry for her because I know that that English press can be very mean. But Cassie said that it makes her so angry because they're so mean to her all the time. So anyway, I will look at that. How does the Queen feel about? Interesting. I actually feel like the Queen. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. I feel like the Queen has mellowed in her older age, which is interesting because it's showing that the thing that's coming forward first, which is interesting, is that she loves her grandchildren. She loves her family. That's interesting because so often when I have tuned into the Queen, when I've tuned into Charles and stuff, it's always about their work. It's always about the country. It's always about their duty. It's always about, that kind of stuff. She's changed. She's changed, I think, through the death of maybe her husband. But I also feel like over so many years, she's seen it all. She's been through it all. And I feel like she's finally gotten to a place where she's kind of like, whatever, and it could be just, older age. She doesn't have the stamina to get upset about stuff anymore. So she just lets it roll off. I also feel like she's I think Diana, you're right, Connie Brown. I think Diana did show them that. But I think that she's just kind of gotten to a place where it's like, I love my family and they're going to make mistakes and this is part of it. The only time I really feel her really heartache and frustration is with Prince Andrew. I think she's very upset and heartsick about that situation, and it really has like taken a toll on her. I even feel like her health. But anyway, that's what I'm getting. So that's very sweet, and I didn't expect that. Thank you, Carol. It was the opposite of what I expected. Thank you, Carol, for super sticker. Thank you, Constance. Wow, why is there just money rolling in? Well, I give it to charity, but thank you so much. Okay. Biden has gotten dragged over the coals on Afghanistan, the French submarine deal, immigration, etc. Will any of these things meaningfully hurt his presidency? Ooh, what about the crime rate? What about this? What about that? I know and the press is so, compared, yeah, I know. It all makes me so angry. I can't get into that space. Otherwise, I won't be able to read anymore, and I'll just start complaining. So I'll just stop and just put my head down and let my guides speak. Whew. So I feel like they're going to try to hold on to some of these things. Thank you, Patty. I feel like they're going to try to hold on to some of these things and try to make them issues, but they're showing like the January 6th Commission and some of the stuff happening in New York with Trump's family and his business and stuff is going to be, it's going to overshadow a lot of this stuff. And a lot of these things are going to be repaired by then. I mean, 2024 is a long ways away. And even, I don't even feel like these things are going to be, like I said, they'll probably still be talking about these things because they want to, but I feel like a lot of these things are going to be kind of resolved or on the way to being resolved by 2022. So I feel like, and there's such, they've shown themselves, right, to be such hypocrites about immigration. They weren't upset when, at least, Democrats are upset about what's happening this time and last time. Thank you, Anita. And so I feel like they're showing themselves to be such hypocrites. They didn't care before at all, and now they supposedly care. So I feel like some of that stuff is just not gonna, it may play with their base, but what doesn't play with their base, right? But it feels like the majority are going to be like, no, we don't buy that at all. So I feel like, yeah, they're going to try, but my guides are making me feel like, but it's not really going to, compared to what's coming up, it's going to be, not that it's not relevant, because it is, but it's also, those are things that aren't really, besides the immigration, it's not happening right here at home. And so I feel like, and I also feel like it's weird. I feel like the January 6th Commission is going to have the eyes of the world on it. It's going to have such attention on it that it's just going to be so hard to pull attention away from that at all. So anyway, that's what I'm getting. Okay. Okay. A follow up on Biden. That's fine. Will the Biden administration start to handle the Haitian immigrants better? 1 hour ago, the U.S. diplomat to Haiti just resigned. Yeah. Okay. Let me look at that. Yeah. And I even feel like I can see him giving it, like doing an address about it. So I feel like he may even be coming out to like a formal apology, actually. It feels like, because it feels like, I'm sorry, and this is how we're fixing it. So, they're showing it as like an address. When they stand in that hallway and there feels like a hallway. I don't know where that is. If anybody knows what room that is, I don't know, but it's like they stand in that hallway and they have the presidential, seal in front of them. That's where I feel, that's what I'm seeing. So I don't know if that's actually where he'll do it or if it will actually be an address, but that's how they're showing it to me. It's like an address, and it's like, I'm sorry, and this is how we're fixing it. So that's what I'm seeing. I don't know what that room is called. If anybody knows. Okay, what's going to happen to the housing market? For months, it was super hot. I'm pricing people out. It's cooled a bit since August. Yeah. Okay. It's to me, it feels so uneven. Thank you, Marie. Certain places are really hot, like still really, it's a really good market and fair to both sides. And some places are struggling. I feel like a lot of it's tied to COVID. So Okay, and weather. They're just saying and weather. So I feel like there's going to be some ups and downs in different places. So I'd almost have to go state by state. But I would say as a whole, it will be steady. It's not. It wouldn't be like like 2008 or something. It's not like that. It doesn't feel like that. But it does feel like there will be some. What's the word I'm looking for, Adam? Like just unease and kind of like, not really stable. It feels like it's kind of up and down, but it's in different parts of the country. It's not just like the whole country is unstable. Some places will be really stable and fine. Volatile. Thank you. Yeah, very volatile. So, and it will be state to state. So it does feel like that's what it feels like. And I am seeing like a map with like, this place, but I would have to go state to state to tell you what, is that at least what I see happening. And from this vantage point, things can change, but it just seems like, I'm seeing Florida. So I think Florida might have some things going on there. So maybe the housing market might be a little bit weird there or something. But anyway, just keep on top of it. If you're living there, or if you're wanting to move there, if you're, just stay on top of the trends and what's going on. But that's what it seems like to me. It's going to be state to state. It's not like 2008 or something like that. I'm not getting it like that. Adam, I don't think that you put that in there. Bitchy Mitch McConnell plans on blocking the debt ceiling. This is terrible news for America and the economy. Will the Dems push this through via reconciliation, or will the GOP wreck America? Let me see. So let me tell you what I'm getting. And this actually makes sense to me now that I'm thinking about it. But so my guys are saying that this is a trick by Mitch McConnell to get them to use one of their reconciliation things. Like they only have so many, and they're saying like this is a trick to make them use one to get this through. They're showing him that he may decide it's too, if he feels like he is going to be blamed, he may back away from this, but that's the idea he had. They're saying that loud and clear, like that's the idea that he had, was to make them use a reconciliation then they would waste one basically just on this. Scummy and very much like Mitch McConnell. So I totally believe that. I totally get that. But they're also saying that he may back up, because if it feels like all the heat is on him and the Democrats are good at pinning it on him, he may back up. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Thank you. Is that Persone Transformation? Thank you so much. Thank you. But the GOP have already wrecked America. So what are you talking about? But yeah, I actually think that one way or the other, they'll raise the debt ceiling. But I feel like that now we know. I did not even go there, but he's so blech. And I thank my guides for letting us know exactly what was behind that, because it makes me feel a little bit better. I was feeling like, oh, shining hawk, bitchy Mitch. I was feeling like, he's just, my human side was like, he's just so cruel that he wants to see Biden fail. And so he'll see America fail and he'll just burn everything to the ground. But my guides, they make a far more, of course, that's what it is. It's strategic, right? It's trying to be the weasel that he is. So, sorry, that's not very, not very nice, but can't help it. So anyway, okay. The current federal minimum wage is a paltry. So is it $7.25 an hour? Jeez Louise. Now Adam's going crazy in the garage. You can't see him, but he's like outraged. Will the federal minimum wage ever go up to $15 like it has in some states? Gosh. Okay, I'm going to tell you the sequence with which everything came in, just because I like you to be involved in the process. So the first thing they said was, it's going to be state to state. And then they said, and then they didn't say, pictures, hearing, feeling. So it was like it's going to be state to state. And then it was like, it won't be the whole country until this happens. And they showed Elizabeth Warren. I don't know what that means. I'm intrigued, but it either means she's going to be in charge in some way, or she's going to push it through, or she's going to be the head of it, or she'll be president one day, or she will, I don't know, but it feels like, I guess 24 states are getting a wage increase. Good in 2021, but isn't that interesting? So that's what I got. So yeah, so I did. That's why I wanted to share it exactly how it came in, because that's how this stuff happens. It's yeah. Okay. Are there any food shortages on the horizon for the U.S., perhaps because of the climate change, or maybe because of Russian cyber hacking? There's something to do with meat coming up. I got that in another reading just on my channel, so that is interesting. I don't know if it's a shortage, but there's something with meat is coming up, and like beef meat. For entertainment purposes only. I don't want to get the beef industry mad at me like they did at Oprah. It was horrible. But yeah, I'm seeing something with meat. Oh, I've seen like citrus stuff, like lemons and limes and stuff like that. It's weird. I feel like it may be kind of stuff like that, where it might be like a type of food, but it doesn't feel like the whole grain industry, or it doesn't feel like the whole, corn industry. It doesn't feel like that. It just feels like there might be like a type of grain you can't get for a while, or it doesn't feel permanent. It feels temporary. And it could be because of something like cyber hacking. It feels, oh no, they're saying some is climate change. So it could be a little bit of both. So, but the only reason I'm saying cyber hacking is because it feels temporary. It feels like it's there and then it's gone. But it could be, and it feels quick. It feels like, oh, this year we don't have limes, but next year we do, that kind of thing. That makes sense. So, but that also could be climate change, I guess. It's fish, some kind of fish. Oh gosh, I can't. I feel like I don't want to get into the weeds of this. I feel like I could just sit here and be like, okay, let's look at this. It feels like a type of fish, like cod or something like that. or lobster or something that's coming up. But I do feel like it's going to be, little things here now, not like the whole fish industry. It will be certain types of things, and then it'll be like, oh, but now we have it next year. So that's what I'm getting. Again, kind of a little sporadic, a little, volatile, as Adam likes to say, but a little bit like that. Yeah. I could do probably a whole show just on food, just on food. The protections around tenant, rent relief ended August 26th when the Supreme Court struck down the CDC extension. What will happen to these people? So it's a mixture. I'm seeing people having to it almost reminds me of the Depression, when people had to live in multi generational households, where people, kids had to move back with their parents and things like that. So there'll be some of that happening, but I also feel like some state programs will kind of pick people up and help them. But then I also feel like once there's something happening, and it feels like once that's done, maybe it's raising the debt ceiling or something. I feel like there's a government, some kind of help coming in. But I feel like this has to happen first, and then this will happen. So if anybody knows what that is, I'm not getting what it is, but it feels like maybe it's the debt ceiling, raising the debt ceiling or something. It feels like it's like a month or two, which doesn't help. I mean, the people that have, when you pay rent and you are month to month, that does not help you. So the people and there will be people that have to go to shelters and but I'm seeing it is like people have, I'm seeing a lot of different kinds of solutions that people have. So let me just put it that way. But people will be having to go to shelters and stuff, and it's going to put weight on certain areas of the safety nets that we have. And I feel like some of the states will come in and kind of help people, or help people temporarily until they can get something else organized. It just feels like a lot of different types of things trying to help these people. Some will be left in the cold. That it is. I mean, it's horrible. I want to say there's this one solution's coming. It feels like there's something coming that's bigger, that's a couple months away. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. But it's horrible. I hate the idea of people. It's horrible. What kind of country are we if we're not even taking care of our own? It's horrible. Anyway, okay. 1,168 viewers. Smash that like. Yay! Smash that like. Thank you guys for coming and for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I hope that it's fun. I always have fun. We have our angel light. The angels are here. Who knows what kind of wild stuff is going on with the orbs. We'll find out. And let me know if you like that when you get to see the orbs going on during the lives, because we'll do more of that. Adam and I were talking about it. And if you like it, tell Adam, because he did the last one. And there was action going on the whole time, but that Pete Buttigieg's question, for some reason, it just started raining orbs. So it's just so interesting. Anyway, okay. You have time for a couple more? Okay. Is the DOJ investigating Trump? And what are they finding out about Agent Orange? Okay. Someone just said to me, be patient. They're showing them tiptoeing around him. I feel like they're okay. I'm trying to interpret this. They're showing them tiptoeing around. I feel like it's not so much that they're tiptoeing around him like they're scared of him. I feel like they're tiptoeing in the. I feel like they're tiptoeing because they have to be really careful. Going after a former president, they're going to have, president, they're going to have, former president, they really have to have every single thing right. And so I feel like it's really is them kind of closing in, but being so careful not to screw anything up. Okay. And and what I'm seeing is like they're like gathering information. They're getting the information. They're acquiring stuff right now. They're getting to the truth. They're getting to and to me, this has to do more with like January 6th, actually. That's what it feels like. So, so yeah, that's what it feels like. So, that's what I'm getting. So I feel like the stuff they're finding out about him is his involvement in January 6th. And I feel like there's stuff to come out. I'm seeing like, what is this? Tapes of some kind, because I feel like it's recorded. So either videotapes or tapes, something, but there's stuff coming. They're gathering the information. And to me, it feels like January 6th related. So, okay. John Fetterman is running for the U.S. Senate in 2022 for Pennsylvania. Will he win? He's terrific, by the way. U.S. Senate 2022 in Pennsylvania. Okay, I just heard it's a hard-fought race, but he'll win. So it may be really close, and I'm sure it's one of those things where every voter has to turn out. But they said it's a hard-fought race. He'll win. So that was pretty cut and dry, and we got a few things came to pass from our last live. The rally was small. Remember, my guide said you'll see how small it is and how his support is dwindling. You'll see it for yourself, and we saw that. Yeah, there was a couple things that came to pass. So my guides are pretty awesome. I can't remember the other stuff. There's a couple other things. So yeah. Oh, where's the class info link? If you go on my last video, you can find it there in the information section. Adam, I don't think Adam has it. But yeah, I'll put it, and I can put it in the description of this, I guess, on YouTube, right, Adam? Later on, I can put it in the description. Okay, so later on, just look when we're all done, you can look at the description. It'll be there. Okay. Oh, and the DOJ gave like the announcement like 2 days. It was like 2 days later. I think I said a couple of days, and it was like 2 days later. So that was pretty awesome. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Toot my own horn. Toot my guide's horns. I don't care. Okay. Will COVID ever be non-existent in our lives? Okay. I just heard it'll take some time, but we'll get there. They're saying vaccines and treatments. We'll get there. it will take some time, though. It doesn't seem like it's right around the corner, unfortunately. And they're saying it will pop up like now and again. But as it becomes like smaller and smaller and smaller, it will be like, 10 cases, and it will almost be like a trigger for people. Like it will be the emotional stuff later on that will be harder to deal with. It's like it will trigger us. It will take us back. Like it will bring us back here to how bad it actually got and how bad it actually was. So that stuff will linger longer, but it will be, it will be like it's non-existent. I don't think every single case will ever go away. I mean, at least not for a long time, but it won't at all be like it is now. It will be completely under control, and you'll hear about it here and there. And then you'll get like, it feels like a trigger or something, like re-traumatized almost, but then it will be like, all the cases are gone. You know what I mean? So it will linger in that way, but it won't be like now at all. But they said, yes, it will just take some time. Will anti-vaxxers ever figure out they should just get the vaccine, or will they all walk off a cliff like lemmings before that happens? Is there any spiritual shift? So if you remember back in 2020 and July 2020, I remember it was for the 4th of July thing that we did. I think I was reading with my sister, and out of the blue, I was asking about MAGA, and I saw the Jim Jones massacre. And at the time, I didn't know what it meant. And it was disturbing. I didn't understand it. And I thought, it could be like metaphor. But then it wasn't more than like maybe 6 months. They started calling it a death cult. They started saying it's like a death cult. It's like a death cult. So this is, it feels like this is playing itself out in a certain way. And I feel like people are having to look at the extremes we've had to go to learn certain lessons, right? I mean, with Trump, for the longest time, we kept hearing people say, well, the economy's pretty good, so I guess everything's okay, even though all these awful things were happening with race and with the border and everything. And people, as long, well, my 401k or my stock market's okay, so everything's okay. It's like everything had to become not okay for everyone to kind of wake up and realize that we're all in this together. If you go down, I go down. We're in this together. So I feel like that's what we're seeing here, right? It's learn this lesson, people. Learn this lesson that, and this, to me, this has so much to do with being stubborn. It's like, just admit this is a virus and admit you need a vaccine. Because I feel like some people, they are just, my guides are giving me the feeling like some people, they are just kind of nutty and they have nutty ideas, but the vast majority, they know what they need to do. They just won't. So will there be a spiritual shift? Kind of. Okay, but they're showing, again, they're showing me like pockets, individuals waking up. Not everybody, not like it's a clean sweep. Everyone's getting vaccinated now. It's like it's person to person. It's so slow because they're showing me like different reasons why, but basically stubborn, won't admit they're wrong, won't admit they need a vaccine. They're scared, they're fearful of admitting the truth. And I mean, there's a lot of different things, or saying this exists is somehow dumping on Trump. There's a lot of different reasons why, because they're showing me like this person thinks this and this person thinks this. So it's individually they'll start to wake up, but it's going to take time. Okay. They are saying that some people will have and will get vaccinated in secret. Like they'll say, I'm not, there's no way I'm getting vaccinated, blah, 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 but they have. And I feel like this might come out like, as like something that's happening, like a phenomenon that's happening among these people. So, and they're showing me cell phones. So I feel like maybe some people will be filmed like being like, I hate, I'm not taking the vaccine. And then they're filmed getting the vaccine or something like that. So I feel like some of that will be, how funny. They just showed me like boom, boom, boom. So there'll be some of that as well. Some people will be getting it done in secret, but it won't be a secret. It'll come out. And I think it's meant to, I think it's meant to show the lying, the hypocrisy, the dishonesty in this, this whole thing, making it, yeah. Anyway, political, but I know. Okay. So yeah, Lucian, that's a good point. I mean, there are lots of stuff that we all put on our bodies it's not, especially in the United States. You go out, just go to McDonald's and you're probably putting more yucky stuff in your body than a vaccine, this vaccine. But I also know that there are people for legitimate reasons can't get the vaccine or, they're not able to. I've talked to people that it's too much of a risk for them. So for them, I did read for one family, and I did see what I think is already here, but at the time I talked about it was a kind of a kinder, gentler vaccine for people that are in that category. And I said it would also be for like little kids. So it may be the one that just came out, but so hopefully they'll get the people that are on that in that category, they'll be able to Rachel had breaking news. Who and how hydroxychloroquine came to pass. Doctor was lead FBI subjects in anthrax case. What? Okay, we're gonna have to watch Rachel after this, guys. So, all right. So, are we done, Adam? You want to do one more? Okay. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Thank you, everybody. We hit a high of 1,261 today. That's amazing. I don't know. Is this a better time for people? I think people like the earlier time, especially on the East Coast. So I'll go back to 6:30, but let me know if you like this time better. Just put it in the comments and just say this is better for me. And, maybe that doesn't have a bearing, but I want to make sure everybody, if they want to see the lives, that they can. Some people have to work and whatever. So, don't let the MAGA people get to you. Exactly. This is a phase in our history, and it's all got to come out so we can deal with it. You think about all the stuff that's come out in just such a short amount of time. The Me Too movement and the social justice movement, and just all the corruption and the stuff with like, all of it. It's all coming out, and it's for a reason. It's so we can deal with it and move on, deal with it, heal from it, and move on, right? Get to a better place. The shift is happening, people. You can't stop the beat. Yeah. Anyway, as Hairspray, you can't stop the beat. Everybody, na, 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 na. All right, guys, I'm going to say goodnight, and I will thank you guys. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Rob, for coming in. Adrienne, thank you. Pamela Bryant, thank you. And don't forget John of New, his live next week. And I'm telling you, doing the first live is so scary. It's so scary. You just want somebody to show up that you can talk to. So let's, make it great for him. So it's next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So that's the 29th. All right. Okay. So Pamela, thank you. Steph Jr., Pammy, thank you. AB, Rachel, T-Barb. Oops, went too far. T-Barb, where did I go? Rochelle, Jessica, Linnea, Allison, Waschenfelder Farm. Thank you. Sarah Jolly, Katie, A.B. Stone, Jane Finley English, Martha Aparicio, Merida's Mirror, Marby Gongora. I'm not going to say last name. Jody Twaina, Another Rant, Tara Vincente, True, Gail, NB Blecka, is that what it is? Mimi Rose, Allison, Debbie, Samela, Taylor, Cynthia, Shining Hawk Healing, thanks, Tony. Susan, Carolyn, Mary, you matter to me. That's cute. Kathleen, Ron, hi, Ron. Thank you, Lucian, so much for everything. Sharon, Melody, oh gosh, I went down. Faye, Kelly, Jean, Chris, Stephanie, Catherine, Another Rant, Melody, T-Barb, Pamela, Palma, Lee, Frida, Jody Lynn, Jean, Pamela Bryant. I think I've gotten to everybody. Oh, Teresa, Sweetie Darling, Visual Arts. I saw Connie Brown earlier. Thank you, Connie Brown, for coming. Brenda, Chris. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for coming. Carol, Jean, Bright Smile. Thanks, guys. The results of Cyber Ninja apparently got leaked and Trump lost by 2. Hee ha ha ho. Okay, so good. No, they found nothing. They found nothing. Yippee. Okay. Bonds. Thank you, Deanne. Thank you for all the people that donated as well. I'm planning to send everything from tonight to Planned Parenthood, so that will go to that. So everybody have a great night, and I will talk to you soon. Constance, Karen, Another Rant, Martha, Palma. Bye, guys. Thank you. See you next time. Thanks, Rob. Bye.